Hello, this is Ralph K. Ginorio. Give me a few minutes and I'll suggest an idea worth considering. Just whose hope did Obama betray anyway? When the man came into office, I wrote a letter to the editor wishing for him to succeed. I, a conservative Republican, wanted President Obama to succeed from the bottom of my heart with no irony. Our politics are poisoned. The constitutionalism that has defined mainstream American politics is being tugged at by university-driven, European-style left-wing socialism and a countervailing trend, a nativist Ron Paul movement, the likes of which Lyndon LaRouche only dreamed about. Our politics are become poisoned, and we are lurching towards another civil war if we don't remember that we have more in common than divides us. So I wished Barry success. I meant it. Now, I wanted him to succeed because, among other things, race relations had been poisoned for generations. Civil Rights Act of '64 is passed the year before I'm born, and still I'm born into a society where people of color shout racism at the first sign of difficulty. Is this Martin Luther's dream? I don't think so. I think it's the abuse of racism. Somebody wants to call me a racist, they better damn well prove it. Which they can't, because I'm not. The whole concept of thought crime is un-American, but it has gained cachet in our society. So yes, I wanted Obama to heal race relations. Instead, he is the genuine son of Jeremiah Wright. The man had both houses of Congress, supermajorities in both houses of Congress. He could have put forward a stimulus plan that could have redesigned the American power grid, that could have given us an information superhighway that was worth the name, a modern power system, a modern system of internet transmission and reception that could have allowed our infrastructure to compete with China's and anywhere else on Earth. Instead, the man blows the stimulus on a bunch of political cronies because, and his people said this, they don't want too much stimulus money going to blue-collar white males. No, they want the stimulus to go to people who have been heretofore disenfranchised, as defined by Harvard professors like Barack Hussein Obama. So instead, we get Acorn and Solyndra, a stimulus that puts us terribly in debt for generations, that gives us nothing. If the man had invested in a new power grid, it would have been almost impossible to unseat him this election season, certainly after a hurricane like what we've just experienced on East Coast. If the man had genuinely tried to heal the barriers between and the wounds between the races, then it would be much harder to oppose him this year. But instead, rather than heal the wounds, he gave us Eric Holder, the most racist and partisan attorney general we've had since Jim Crow, except he's a black racist, and he does this with both houses of Congress. He gives us health care. He doesn't propose genuine immigration reform. He gives us health care. And he whines to the Hispanic caucus that he couldn't get it done. The man had supermajorities in both houses of Congress. He could have gotten anything done. Until Scott Brown was elected, we didn't have enough votes to stop health care for sure. When Scott Brown was elected and we actually had the ability to filibuster, they got Obamacare through the back door. So rather than rebuild the American power grid with the stimulus, or the American economy with the stimulus, or American race relations with his unique power as the first president of the United States with African blood, he squanders it in the name of the kind of left-wing European socialism that only a professional academic can take seriously. That's why he is so vulnerable this year, because the man took the goodwill of the American people and he squandered it for petty political gain. He's a disgrace. Not to me as a conservative, but to me as an American who actually for a moment was taken in by his concept of a non-blue state, non-red state, United States. I actually thought for a moment that we could have a post-partisan president Well, if we can, his name may be Willard Mitt Romney. It certainly is not Barack Hussein Obama, a man of the left in thought, word, and deed that would make Lyndon Johnson blush. And that is why the man is vulnerable, and I believe that is why, God willing, the American people will rebuke him as the charlatan that he is. Be well.